Okay. Looks like everything is good. Yep. Except my mouth ain't moving. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I have to mute my phone real quick. Anyway, though. Salute Terence, everyone! This is Terence here. I'm an idol in training, hoping to bring smiles, laughter, and joy to everyone around the world. Also while playing games and doing interviews and such. It's good to meet you all. Also, hello and Nochi, welcome to the stream. And today I'm joined here with, hopefully I don't butcher the name. Let's see, Cecily. Yep, just Cecily. Oh, the last name might be a bit too butchery for me, so we're gonna go ahead and undeafen, and she can introduce her full name to you guys. Here you go. All right, I'm undeafened now.
Hello. Sorry about my last name. It's it could be a lot. Hi, thank you for having me.
Yep. Thank you. Can you give us a nice little introduction to who you are and what you do, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Cecily now. I'm a Vtuber over on YouTube, which is right here. This place that you're currently watching this stream at. And I'm a puppet girl. I play lots of games. Right now, we are playing Sonic Adventure 2 and hype for Sonic 3 coming out in theaters soon.
Nice.
My sister and I are huge nerds about it, so we're pretty excited. So if you want to see that, then yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Have you played Sonic Adventure 2?
Oh, yep, I played most of the Sonic games since the early Genesis day.
Oh. Which one's your favorite?
So as far as Sonic goes, I'd say my favorite would have to be Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the Sega Genesis.
It has a great soundtrack. I like it a lot.
Oh, yep, one of the best soundtracks in Sonic games, of course.
I think so. That and I'm kind of a sucker for Sonic Rush.
I like nice. Yep, Sonic Rush is pretty good.
Yeah. Plus Knuckles is my favorite anyway, so.
Oh, yep, gotta love Knuckles.
Yeah, I love him. He's the best.
Yep. Even though he has a very low IQ, I do kind of respect him.
He's just gullible.
Yep, gullible.
He just takes his work very serious.
Indeed. Yep, imagine pretty much just spending half your life pretty much guarding an emerald to almost have nothing to do but guard your emerald.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make stupid decisions sometimes. It's how things happen.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hi, Anochi. And yes,
yep, welcome, Anochi.
Felicino. Said it right.
Indeed. Nice. All right, we'll keep that in mind. Felicino. All right, Dean, let's start off with our first question for today. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I mean, like today's been kind of weird. I've actually been in the hospital all day. They've been doing X-rays and stuff on my tummy. I wasn't feeling real great, so that's where I've been all day.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was whatever. And today got better. Came home, watched Kung Fu Panda, and that made me feel better.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Kung Fu Panda. Which movie's your favorite?
I always just watch the first one. I've seen the second one, but I haven't seen the other two. The second one I actually really like. I thought the animation is just really nice, but the second one I think is just the most iconic for me. So I just always watch that one.
Nice.
I got kind of upset because I watched it over on Netflix and they said it was leaving on the end of December, and I was like, what? is lame.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there.
Mm.
Yep, I've kind of seen the first one as well, and I thought the first one was pretty good. But then most of my exposure to Kung Fu Panda didn't happen until like the TV show.
Oh, you watched the TV show?
I seen like bits and pieces of it, but never a full episode.
I remember like one episode was on Cartoon Network when I was like really little, and that was kind of it. That's like my extent. Heard it wasn't really that great, but yeah, I know a lot of like those DreamWorks like cartoons, like they always end up kind of like they're kind of like in comparison to like the actual movie that it's based on.
Oh, yep, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they start off like really good, and then as they go on, they just phase out, I guess.
Yeah, there was like a How to Train Your Dragon show that was like that existed for a little while, and then there's like another one that came out like kind of recently that I guess was just not good at all, like not good.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, the movie was definitely better than the show, alright.
Oh, the movies were fantastic. I remember the second one, and just the second one blew me away.
Ah, yep. Oh, is that the first one where Toothless actually becomes cool?
The first one? Wait, in the second one he becomes cool? I thought he was cool in the first one.
Ah, yep. Oh, he was always cool, of course.
Cool. Like he becomes like super cool in the second one.
Ah, yep.
Uber cool.
I'm also mostly familiar with the Toothless dancing meme as well.
I love that one. Yeah. I haven't seen the newest one with like the what kind of dragon is Toothless now? It's been a really long time since I've seen the movie, so.
Ah, yep, same here actually.
I don't remember. But there's like the white one. And I just love how they act so much like cats.
Right.
Have you seen the not commercial, but the trailer for the live action?
Oh, there's a live.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, there's an actual live action one of it now.
There's a trailer out and everything.
Ah, no, I haven't seen it,
right?
But I'll have to check it out now.
Yeah, right?
Yep. Okay.
It's super weird.
Ah, nice. Yep, on to our second question.
Sure.
Is this your first time being interviewed?
No. Actually, this will probably be the second. Because the first time I was interviewed as me was with Eric Loy.
Ooh.
And he's got a YouTube channel. Yeah. It was really cool. It was my first time. I think at the time I had just hit like 100 subscribers. I think I was maybe a little less, so it's been a little bit.
Ah, that's nice.
My first interview was with Eric Loy, and he was a great interviewer. He was a I think he used to be like a radio host.
Ooh.
So he had he was really good, like being like recorded. Like he had a really good confidence about him.
Ah, that's good. Yep, he definitely sounds a lot more professional.
You should go check him out. He interviews like a whole bunch of like smaller VTubers. It's really cool. That's what he uses his platform to do.
Ah, that's neat. Oh, you mentioned you have been interviewed by him. What were some of the topics he brought up?
He had a lot of questions about my art, actually, which I was kind of surprised by, because like I don't really like make it like known about like my art on the channel, because a lot of the stuff on my channel is like stuff that I've like actually drawn myself and done myself. Like this model right here, I drew it myself, like and so he had a lot of questions about that.
Ah, okay. Yep, I also kind of just noticed that I pretty much titled like Idol and Clown Girl, but you described yourself as a puppet. So we'll probably fix
Yeah,
that in
well,
post.
I'm a puppet clown. Well, I mean, I have a clownish vibe, right?
Oh, yep. Your model
Yeah.
definitely gave a little bit more of a clown aesthetic to me when I saw it.
I like to hope that I make people laugh like a clown would, so
Yep,
there's that too.
Yep. Hopefully not be as scary as one too.
Yeah, I think clowns are cute, but go off, I guess.
Nice. Sounds like you probably would also be able to make Pennywise smile, I guess, too, then.
Yeah, Pennywise is cute. I like it.
Yep, nice.
I actually have a sticker book, and it actually says certified clown on it. It's got a cute little clown on it. It's super cute. I love it.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
neat.
I'm basically certified, as my sticker book says so.
Okie dokie, sounds good.
Ooh, Halloween Cecily
Halloween.
model.
Yep, Halloween Cecily model when?
I want a Halloween model. That'd be so cool.
Yeps. Of course.
Maybe like the next year or two. I hope. Fingers crossed.
Yep, keep them fingers crossed for that. Oh, yep. Oh, was there any other topics besides the art?
It was like, I remember distinctly, mostly it was about, artwork, and I think at the time I was playing Eastward, so we had some questions about that. It's like my longest running series on the channel right now.
Ooh.
I have not played it in months, but and I get people that ask me about it all the time if I'm gonna finish it, and I would like to, but it also, like, puzzle games are like really hard for me, so I would like to finish it, but I'm just not very brave about it right now.
Oh, yep, I can definitely understand that puzzle games can be a bit taxing on the brain too. My brain is quite small, so it can only fit so many puzzles in it. Yep, understandable. Anyway, on to the next question. What are your hobbies?
My hobbies? So, like I said, I like to draw. I really like coloring specifically. Like, I specifically really like to draw because then it means that I get to color. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I have like tons of coloring books. And I even had an old coworker that she would print off like binders upon binders of coloring pages that she finds online, and so I have all of these coloring pages that I still need to do.
Yep.
And I love finding new ways to color. Like, I scroll Pinterest all day. Like, if that counts as a hobby, then Pinterest scrolling is a hobby for sure, because I do that a lot too.
Yep, understandable. Yep, so
I'm always looking for
do you
ways to
mostly do lots of line art, or do you just do lots of digital or hand drawings?
Yeah, I draw digital mostly. I like to draw like little doodles like in the corner of my work sometimes. And then let that become a digital drawing later when I take a picture of it. But I mostly do digital, and I actually draw on my phone. I use Ibis Paint X.
Ooh.
And I actually drew this model on my phone as well.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
yeah, it was really hard because the phone could only take so much, so there was a lot of times that this model crashed. I honestly worried that it would never be done, but here we are.
Yep, that's good. It's good. Glad to hear everything worked out.
Yeah, me too.
Yips. I was also gonna talk about do you actually do finger paint and stuff too?
Oh, finger paint? Oh, dude, I can't paint at all. Painting is not it for me at all. I'll do markers, I'll do color pencils, I mean, I draw with my finger, but finger paint? Mm-mm.
Yep.
Not it.
Understandable, of course.
Yeah.
Especially since you have to worry about washing your hands and such, and you
It's a
probably
mess.
might have to worry about mom getting mad at you. Hey, don't be touching that with your sticky hands.
Well, and you know how easily I stain with my wood being white like this? Like paint sticks. The only reason these stars are on my eyes is because they just stayed there. I could wash them off. They won't come off.
Oh yeah. Yep, I can definitely understand that as well. Oh, I also thought what was on your head was actually some glasses too.
Oh, I do have some glasses. Yeah, I got some glasses. Not for me. My bucket hat. My bucket hat wanted to wear glasses.
Ah, I see.
It told me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's a specific request.
Yep, that's good. Anyway, on to our next question. Do you play video games? Yep,
Don't
pretty
be silly.
obviously.
Don't be silly.
It was a pretty obvious one, but it's one that I have to pretty much
Mm-hmm.
include on there.
Yeah, I play lots of video games. Not very good at them, but I do like to play them. So there's that.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. And now we're gonna segment into another question with that one too. How did you get into video games?
So it's kind of interesting. I actually wasn't really allowed to play a whole lot of video games when I was younger. I was kind of like, when I was like really little, I was stuck to playing like the Leapfrog console that has like, you know, Backyardigans and Dora the Explorer games on it, and that was kind of my intro to video games in the first place. Was that?
Okay.
And so I graduated from there, playing the GameCube, and I played a lot of Sonic Adventure 2 and Smash Brothers, and that's kind of where my introduction to video games kind of began.
Ah, I see. So you started off with GameCube games and then went further beyond?
Yeah, the Wii, like the golden era for me. I loved playing Mario Kart, like all the time on the Wii. Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
Ah, nice. Yep, good choices.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then probably my favorite game to play on the Wii was probably Kirby's Epic Yarn, which I had gotten for Christmas a very long time ago. And even now I go back and I play it with my sister all the time. I refuse to play it alone. We always play it together.
Ah, nice.
We'd like to go back and play it on the channel. We tried when I first kind of started, but the both of us kind of like we're kind of getting used to streaming in the first place, and so like she wanted to go places and I was like, but I gotta talk to the chat though, but she wanted to just go, and so it was kind of hard, but I think now we're at a better point and I think that we're ready to try it again.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep, Epic Yarn had really good multiplayer, of course.
I thought so too. That name was just so darn cute.
Ah, yep. I didn't really like the fact that the game was probably the easiest Kirby game out there, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, but I mean, for a little kid like me, like perfect. It was perfect.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Yeah, little kid just starting to get into gaming. It was the perfect game. There was one level that I always had to ask mom and dad to come downstairs and help play it for us because it was really hard. It was that stupid crystal cave in World 2. I never forget it.
Ah, yep.
We always got smashed by the rocks, and it made me so mad. Everything else was perfectly fine.
Ah, that's good. Oh, yep. As for myself, of course, my brothers pretty much got me into video games, but unlike my brothers, I pretty much just branched out to other genres. I'd say one of the first games I may have played with them I can't say I remember exactly, but it was pretty much either one of the Double Dragon games or Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis. So
Nice.
I've been pretty much gaming for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't tell you when I graduated from the leapfrog to the GameCube, but I do remember it being pretty early on in my life. Yeah.
Yips.
It feels like it's been forever.
Yep. And I'd say my very first console that I actually did end up buying with my money, back when I actually made money, was the Wii as well.
Oh, really? Your first
yeah.
big purchase?
Yep, one of my first big purchases as well.
That's awesome.
And that was pretty much around the time where Wii's were really freaking hard to find too.
Oh, was it like later on in the Wii's kind of lifespan there?
Yep. Okay, understandable. And I'd say the game that I pretty much played on the Wii the most was definitely Wii Sports, since it came with console.
Yeah, Wii Sports, and we played so much Wii Tennis, and bowling. Lots of bowling and tennis.
Yep, in my case it was also tennis, but I was also more into boxing as well.
The boxing. What was that guy's name? That you have to, the guy that you have to fight in the Wii boxing. Oh gosh, Matt.
Yep, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, did you defeat him? Did you conquer Matt?
Unfortunately, we didn't really get that far because we had to constantly trade in games to save money, because I ended up losing my job around the time where I did get the Wii, so yeah.
Damn, sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, we kind of lost all of our Wii games too. I think like the Wii U was kind of like just kind of starting out, and we hardly really played the Wii. Not to mention our Wii was broken, so we ended up getting rid of a bunch of the games, only to find out that when we did get our Wii U, that we could play all of those Wii games on the Wii U, and I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. But why the fuck did we waste all our goddamn time selling all our games? We could just play them on the Wii.
We could have played these. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, the Wii U was kind of a mystery when it came out. A lot of people didn't know what it was, and I think that's kind of why it ended up failing as a console. And,
yep.
People, just a lot of confusion about what it was supposed to be.
Yep, a lot of marketing issues and such.
The marketing too, yeah. For sure.
I did kind of like the gamepad though, even though its battery life wasn't the best.
Yeah, so when the Switch came out, I was so uncomfortable because the gamepad was so clunky and big. So when the Switch came out and it's so thin, and I'm like, my fingers don't go around like it's supposed to. Oh my gosh.
Yep, in my case, the Joy-Cons were a little too small for me, and I have like really big hands.
I had to get like a plastic cover to go over my Joy-Cons to buff them up a little bit, because they are very small.
Yep,
Sure.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yep, let's go on to our next question. What are your favorite video game genres?
Video game genres. I really like farming sims. Shadow Wizard Shaggy knows. We were actually just talking about it last night. He's like, Stardew Valley and Minecraft is great and all. And I'm like, yes, it's great. It's fantastic. Best games of all time. And he's like, but they get boring. And I was like, oh. I was just like, ugh, my heart.
Yep.
I love them a lot. I love to just have my creativity and you just go ham. Animal Crossing was my introduction to those kinds of games. That and Gardening Mama, and I just love those kinds of games.
Nice. Animal Crossing was also my introduction to the live sims as well.
Hmm. I played Wild World on the 3DS. Lots and lots. Or on the
nice.
DS, but I played it on my 3DS.
My first one was City Folk.
Oh, that's nice. My parents used to play City Folk together. We even have their like their old like this old guide. It's like a thick magazine. Back when like game guides used to come in like those big magazines.
Oh, yep. Back when Nintendo Power was still a thing.
And and a lot of the stuff that was in City Folk was actually in Wild World, so we actually used that quite a bit. My sister and I did.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
Yep.
And it had this page where it like kind of gives you like some advice about decorating clothes, like making clothes in the game. And so we were just like trying to replicate the clothes that were in the guide.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was fun.
Oh, yep. I imagine that probably must have been a pretty big learning curve.
Lots of learning happened for sure. I think I'm pretty good at making clothes now in Animal Crossing, but I also think that the clothing designing has kind of like got improved with time. Just a lot more pixels, a lot more room to kind of do what you want. So I remember when I played New Leaf and I made Hatsune Miku's dress for the first time, and I was just like, this is epic. This is the best thing that's ever been made in the history of ever.
Nice.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Have you played New Horizons?
I have. I used to play it a lot, especially during Schmovid.
Oh, yep. Same here.
And my family was very invested in the turnip market. Very invested. Whenever my parents were at work, because us kids didn't have school because of Schmovid, we would open up all of their games and look at all their turnip prices. We downloaded an app that like kind of like uses an algorithm to find out what day is like the perfect stock market day to sell your turnips. Yeah, it was a whole thing. We ended up with like millions of bells by the end of it.
That's actually kind of cool. Yes. Actually,
it was awesome. We were all playing it and all just kind of helping each other out with that.
That's good. I imagine there was also probably may have been some group forums or some group chats looking up turnip prices as there.
Yes. I remember when it first came out and everyone was just like talking about turnips all the time. And oh gosh, who was it? Elijah Wood. He actually opened up his Animal Crossing town so he could, because he's like, my turnip prices are really high. You guys could come over and go to my town and sell your turnips. And everyone's like, we're going to Elijah Wood's Animal Crossing town right now.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was awesome. Yeah, I remember it. That was awesome.
Yep, who knew celebrities could be that charitable about their turnip prices?
They're just like, hey man, my turnip prices are busting. Get over here. And just like, oh my god, Elijah Wood's a person too.
Yep. That's great. Yep, as far as my experience with New Horizons go, I pretty much just played it mostly the normal way, and then once I get too bored of it, then we'll start probably doing some time leaping. Which
you're a time leaper.
I was around till halfway. I pretty much just played everything very normally to that point. To the point where I eventually got KK Slider to the island, and then once we did that, then we started the time leaping.
I think that's fair. When I did first get the game though, like when it was first out, we all in my family were like, do not time leap. That's not fair. Don't do it. So it was it was like a challenge to see who's gonna time travel first in the game.
Oh, yep.
I can't remember who it was. I honestly say it was either me or my mom that did it first, even though it was my mom's idea to begin with, so I think it'd be really funny if it was her.
Oh, yep. Hey, Mom, remember when you said not to time leap and then you start time leaping?
And then you time lapse, she'd be like, well, it's because of this and this and this, and I'm like, okay.
Hey, no
And
excuses,
I didn't ask for
Mom.
your whole life story here.
Yep, nice. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, how much furniture did you start placing around your island?
So much. I went for a whole like city theme. So everything was like decorated, like from like everything was decorated. Every single square inch of it was decorated. It isn't like that anymore. I ended up like deleting my town and starting over because I got bored.
Understandable.
Yeah, I had a big like city theme for a while, but I think now it's like a like woodsy kind of small townish feel. But it's been a really long time since I've played. I hopped back into Stardew Valley.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, how did you like Stardew?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot, very, very much. I've got a friend who gets jealous every time he looks at my farm. I've got like I had just about everything. I've actually collected every single fish in the game.
Ooh.
Even like even the legendary ones, got every single one. It just recently got that update, so now there's a whole bunch I gotta catch up on. But I mean, I'm not complaining because it just means more stuff for me to do in Stardew all the time.
That's good. I pretty much recently... Yep, I pretty much ended up buying Stardew on both my Switch and laptop as well.
Yes, me too.
I'm pretty much gonna try to play the Switch one a little bit more once I get time.
I like it better on the Switch, but I've always been curious about like the Stardew Valley expanded mod. I still haven't figured out how to get that running, so I'll have to do some more research.
Nice. Oh yeah, we should probably play Stardew on the Switch together then someday.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to add each other.
Yeps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let me see your Animal Crossing town too.
Yep. I'll be sure to show it to you.
Yes.
Yep. Now on to our... Oh yeah, was there any other genres that you like besides farm sims?
Oh, let's see. I mean, farm sims and like, what are they called? Like, I've been playing this cafe simulator that I really like. So kind of like business simulators as well. And then I also really like, I like platformers. 3D a little bit more than 2D platformers, but I do like a good platformer. I was kind of daydreaming about them the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your favorite 3D platformers?
Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Yep.
And I also really liked Bowser's Fury as well.
Oh, yep, I'll have to get that one too, because I did play 3D World on my Wii U. Which I did kind of like. Yeah, probably not as much as some of the other 3D Mario games like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, but 3D World was really good.
Galaxy was really good, and Odyssey was so good. I don't know, just 3D World kind of just has like a special place in my heart because I think it's just another game that I played with my sister at the time, so it's just kind of special to me in that way.
Ah,
Because
nice,
I don't,
nice.
because I definitely don't think it's better. I certainly don't think it's better than Galaxy or Odyssey or anything like that. But it's just kind of special to me.
Oh, yep, definitely. Oh, yep, I really love the Odyssey as well, especially since it's the one of the very few Mario games where you actually can customize Mario as well.
Yeah, I loved the little outfits for him. They're super cute.
Oh, yep, definitely. I'd say
It's weird to say that Mario is cute, but he is.
Yeah, Mario's pretty cute, definitely.
Mm.
I'd say the outfit I kind of liked the most was the one where he actually had like a poncho and had like a little Mexican hat on.
Oh, his sombrero? Yeah.
You have sombrero.
Yeah, I like that one too. I also just like at the end his wedding outfit.
Oh, yeah, his wedding outfit was pretty great too.
Mhm. And I really like Cappy. I was kind of expecting it to be like, oh, like, you know, kind of tacked on kind of character, you know, but I actually really did like Cappy as a character, and I hope that we get to see him in more Mario games in the future.
Oh, yeah, true. Yep.
Sonic Adventure 2 yesterday. We're just like, this is one of the few levels where like you actually have like multiple different ways that you can beat the level, and I was like, and I like that, and I like doing that because it doesn't ever feel like what you're doing is the wrong choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can pretty much approach the levels any way you want to, and then you can still get rewarded for it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows if the stupid choice that I'm gonna make is actually works out in my favor, so.
Yep, I especially really like the like some of those challenge kind of levels in Odyssey that were kind of a lot like Super Mario Sunshine's levels. Those were really fun as well as really hard.
Yeah. Which Super Mario Sunshine, Mo played a little bit of it. I watched her. That game, that game is kind of hard.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're kind of going into it thinking it was gonna be like 3D World, and it was not much like it.
Yep, definitely. Easily one of the hardest 3D Mario games to date.
You think so?
At least from what I've seen online most of the time, since I haven't really played it myself, but because the flood mechanics didn't really catch me, didn't really vibe with me. But when I see some of the other levels in the game and some of the platforming challenges you have to do, it is insane.
So funny thing, if you played Splatoon 3, one of the bosses in like the hero campaign is actually based off of a boss from Mario Sunshine. So I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah,
and I
know
like,
about
so
the
when I saw
fight.
it, I was just like, oh, I know that reference. I know it. I just watched my sis play that.
Oh yep, I know about the big man fight, and that was
The big
very
man fight. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was really awesome, especially since like there's a lot of like comparisons to Splatoon and Mario Sunshine anyway.
Yep, definitely.
I think it worked out really well.
Oh yeah, speaking of Splatoon, what's your favorite game in Splatoon series?
Yeah, probably the second one, just because that's like kind of the one that I loved the first one. I played the heck out of the first one. I think the first one probably had the best stages on it. But the second one, I really liked the characters the most there. And then like the Octo expansion just made me love it even more. And I still think the Octo expansion is like the best thing to happen to the Splatoon series, like even more so than Side Order. But I'm not sure if that's like a popular opinion or not, but darn it, that's how I feel about it, you know what I mean?
Yep, I understand. I haven't touched Side Order, but it definitely seems something.
Side Order was a lot of fun. The replayability though is like, it's like okay. I mean, like, you can keep playing
Mhm.
it, playing it until like you get everything.
Oh
But
yeah, it
I
was like a
haven't really felt
roguelike.
the
Yep.
urge to go back. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, the roguelike aspect of the game definitely seemed a bit much for me, considering that the single player in free was definitely a lot more streamlined and not so. How should I put it?
Well, in the single player in 3 was very, very similar to the gameplay in Octo expansion, which is probably why I liked it so much.
Ah, yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, I really enjoyed the free. I'd say free is probably my favorite one because of the salmon run. They didn't completely lock salmon run to certain
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, I was really glad that they made that change to Salmon Run. My only gripe about it is I feel like there just aren't enough stages in Salmon Run. But I'm glad that they did a lot more with it, and also Salmon Run is the only game mode that my sister wants to play with me, so it's like, if I'm gonna be playing this, I might as well make it interesting, right?
Ah, yep, true.
Yeah.
Yep, I also kind of like how Salmon Run kind of forces you to adapt to your playstyle and be good with different weapons too.
Right, getting out of my comfort zone kind of makes me like understand like when other people choose weapons, and I'm just like, why would you pick that one? Why are they using that?
Yep.
and then you play it and you're like, oh, okay, I get
Okay,
it. All
yep.
right.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Although it would definitely suck if you pretty much just ended up swapping to a weapon you haven't really got time to master, and then you just spend half your time getting carried by the team.
Me and the Charger do not work well together at all. Do not give Cecily a Charger.
Yep, understandable. Yep, I'm not very good with the Charger either. It just takes too long to charge.
I heard that playing Charger is better if you're using motion controls, because you can move faster.
Oh, yep, definitely. I always play with my gyro controls.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you're ever wanting to play with the Charger, definitely use gyro controls, or not gyro controls, but motion controls.
Oh, yep. I'll keep that in mind. Yep, on to our next question. Who's your favorite video game character?
Video game character? Probably Sonic. He's my hero. I like Sonic.
Ah, yep, Sonic's really good.
Yeah. Whenever I think of video games, I always think of either him or Mario.
Yep.
Sonic's my guy.
Yep, back in the 1990s, where they used to actually have a nice little company rivalry too.
Yeah, I miss that. Where did that go? Seriously. And I just miss companies just having little guys that just represent them, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
mascots.
Yeah, Sega's got Sonic and Nintendo's got Mario. And I remember when Microsoft was trying to get in on it. And they made Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I loved him. I loved Blinks. He's super cute. When I found out about his existence, I couldn't stop drawing him. I was drawing him all the time. I was like, if Microsoft doesn't want him, he's gonna be my little guy, okay? He's gonna be my little guy, and I'm gonna draw him. And I was like always thinking about it. I was like, I want to make my own Blinks Time Sweeper game, and bring him back, you know?
Yep. You hear that, Microsoft?
I'll
give us a
bring him
sequel to
back.
Blinks.
Okay, give us a Blinks 3.
Blinks 3
There was a
or
sequel.
2. Yep.
There was a sequel. No, that was it. For some reason, the sequel was weird because they did that whole like Americanization thing where they make the character like way cooler or like angrier than they are. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely. where instead of drawing them like really happy, they just try to make him really angry just so he can appeal to the American market, so they can probably try to make him more badass.
And I think it's hilarious when they do that to Kirby.
Oh yeah, but
You
Kirby's
look
Return to
at the
Dreamland.
Japanese cover for a Kirby game versus like the American cover for a Kirby game, and you're just like, I like the Japanese one way more. Why does Kirby look like that?
Why is Kirby so pissed off?
Yeah.
Yeah, who freaking
Like,
eating his
Who
cake?
crossed Kirby? Oh my god.
Yep.
He took his King DDD took his cheesecake for the last time.
Yeah. Indeed. Yep. I did really like Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Still probably one of my favorite Kirby games, of course.
One of the first games that I streamed on my channel was Kirby Superstar. I really liked Kirby Superstar. That was the Kirby game. Other than Kirby's Epic Yarn, that was the Kirby game for me.
Oh, yep. Kirby Superstar was also one of my favorite Kirby games as well. I'd say I beat it with a friend too. Yep.
Plus, it's also got a cute clown guy in it.
Oh, yep. True. Marks.
I like Marks.
Yep. Especially when Marks eventually will try to take over Popstar and says, "Oh, now I'm just gonna be evil now."
Yeah, it was not expected. Little me was a little terrified. I was just like, "Whoa, he was just a good little guy. What happened?"
Yep.
And that's when I knew that Kirby was a lot more complicated than I thought.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Yeah. One of my favorite things is watching Kirby lore videos, because Kirby lore goes like way too hard.
Oh, yep. I'll have to pretty much look into some of the Kirby lore stuff, because I did hear it's pretty insane.
Yeah, Kirby lore is incredible. It's awesome.
Yips. Oh, yep. As for my favorite video game characters.
Yes.
One is pretty much Link from The Legend of Zelda. Pretty much always one of my go-to, considering that he was pretty much one of the very few Nintendo characters for me that always seemed cool when I was a kid.
Yeah, he is pretty cool.
Yep.
I like him in Breath of the Wild a lot. He reminds me of my little brother.
Yep, true. Just following Zelda everywhere.
I just like that he takes his sweet time doing everything.
Oh, yep, definitely. Yep, true,
like his obsession, his hyperfixation for like cooking is adorable.
Oh, yep. They also gave the cooking Link when he's cooking a little bit more personality too. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Breath of the Wild Link has a lot more personality than like most of the other Links.
Yep. I can agree with that.
At least I think so.
Actually, I think the Twilight Princess Link also has a bit of personality to him too.
Yeah?
Oh, yep. Because he starts off as pretty much a farmer, and then he herds sheep. And then once you actually get into like a freaking sumo wrestling with one of the Gorons, he definitely shows off a lot more personality.
He's a spicy boy. Oh yeah, Shadow Wizard Shaggy says the Twilight Princess is the best one. Is that usually the Link that you think of when you think of Link in the first place?
Oh yeah, that's one of them.
And it's like the default Link for you.
Oh yep, the default Link for me most of the time would have to be, I want to say, the Ocarina of Time one, because that's the one I grew up with the most.
Gotcha. Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that one. I wish I was better at video games, because I would love to play that one. Love to.
Oh, yep, definitely. I especially liked Ocarina of Time Link's art style as well.
I think I liked
But then...
Wind Waker the best.
But then once Skyward Sword pretty much came out, then I'd say I really like this Link as well.
I really liked this way Skyward Sword looks. It kind of looks like a watercolor painting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like everything's like very like it's simultaneously colorful and washed out at the same time. I can't even describe it, but I really like it. The first time I had ever seen it was when it got that was it a Switch re-release or the Wii U re-release?
Yep, it was a Switch re-release.
It was the Switch. Yeah. We even have like the amiibo of Zelda.
Nice.
It's very cool. But yeah, that was the first time that I had ever seen the game. So, and I was just kind of blown away by the way that it looks. And plus, I really like Zelda's design in particular in that one too. I think she's super cute.
Oh, yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yep, Skyward Sword Zelda pretty much was the best looking Zelda as well, for me.
Yeah.
And then I saw A Link Between Worlds Zelda, which I also thought was really good too.
Yeah, those Zelda
What's
games
pretty much
actually
number
hold
two,
up
yep.
really well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, anyway, on to our next question, which is, this is where we get to anime now.
Oh, yes. Oh, man.
Yep, what anime do you watch?
Right now I'm obsessed with Dandadan. Obsessed. It's like my anime right now. Have you seen it?
Oh, yep, I've seen pretty much every episode so far.
Yeah. Still haven't seen that, like, the most recent one. But I have read the manga. I actually am all caught up with the manga now.
Ooh.
It's so good. Yep. Mm-hmm. I liked it so much that I was like, okay. I'm gonna go read the manga because I don't think I've done that since Chainsaw Man. And even then I didn't finish the Chainsaw Man manga, so but I heard Chainsaw Man is really good. I just kind of never got back around to it, but Dandadan, I'm like glued to it.
Oh.
I just love the characters. I love the characters so much. I love Momo, I love Okarun, I love them both. I love Ira, I love Gigi, love my babies.
Yep,
they're all wonderful.
Oh, yep. Have you also went ahead and questioned how does the grandma look so good for being 80?
I can't even. I don't even know. But you know, she let her keep slaying. Let her cook. Honestly, I love when Ira's just like, there's no way that smoke show there could be your grandma. Okay.
Right. There's no way someone that young can possibly be your grandma.
I love her. I love Granny. It's Psycho, I think, right? Psycho. She's I love her in the manga too. It kind of hasn't like picked up on it yet in the show, but a running thing with her is every time the characters beat like the kind of the villain of the week sort of deal, every single character that they meet ends up going back to Momo and Gurney's house, and she makes just a buttload of food, and she's all like, "Ugh, you guys are eating my wallet here. Yeah, I want you to eat all food on the table, okay? You're gonna make use of that, okay?
Yes, like, make use of it.
Don't waste it." just like, she just makes food for everyone, and so you get like these giant scenes, like you get like this giant like spread page of just everyone at the table eating. and it's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite parts is when the fight's over and every single character that they met ends up going to Momo's house and eating all Gurney's food.
Wow.
It's great.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
The manga is great. If you're watching the anime and you're curious about the manga, I highly recommend it to anybody watching here.
Okay. Yep, we'll keep that in mind. I usually pretty much always hear about the animes first and then the manga, but then once I see the anime. I'm just like, I'm just sticking to the anime then.
Yeah, you're like, I don't really need to read the manga. I haven't really ever felt the need to read a manga.
Yep.
I think that Dandadan and Slam Dunk were the only times that I was like, okay, I gotta know what this is about, and I read the manga. I watched the Slam Dunk anime, which is like it's like an old basketball anime, but anime, I thought it was okay, but I looked into it and everyone's like, no, anime's terrible, don't watch the anime. And I was like, really? And I was like, oh. They're like, go read the manga. And I read the manga and I was like pleasantly surprised by the Slam Dunk manga. I did not anticipate being completely absorbed in a sports anime or a sports manga.
Ah, I see.
Ever. Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it.
Oh, yep. I actually did recently get into sports anime around my time.
Oh, which one?
Let's see. I believe the first one I may have watched would have to be Yowamushi Pedal.
And I assume that that's a bike racing?
Yep, that's a bike racing one.
Nice,
yep.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know there was a bike racing anime. That sounds awesome.
Oh, yep. It has about quite a few seasons right there. I'd say it might clock into maybe 50 to 100 episodes if you put them all together. But it stars the character known as Onoda Sakamichi, who was an anime/otaku kind of guy, who pretty much was trying to push for an anime club at first, but then he pretty much ended up getting scouted and liked by a bunch of other people who also like to race and ride bikes, and they recommended him to join the cycling club, and then they started doing some cycling since then, and then they eventually started to compete for this really big cycling race called the Inter High, I think. Which is like a 3-day race where you're pretty much going against other cyclers and such.
Oh.
I don't remember.
You're gonna have to like text me like what the name
detail.
of that is called, because now I'm interested actually. Bike racing.
Yep. I'll go ahead and text it to you on Discord after this.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's definitely really good. And the other one I was also watching was Haikyuu, which is volleyball.
Oh, that's volleyball. For some reason, my brain keeps wanting to say it's basketball, which is I don't know why, but it's volleyball. Haikyuu is volleyball.
Yep. Yep, Haikyuu is also a really good sports anime that I also recommend too.
Yeah, I with my Pinterest scrolling, I end up getting a bunch of Haikyuu stuff, and I'm just like, where did you come from? Like, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yep, if you are looking for a specific basketball, there is this one anime that I did see a few years back called Ahiru no Sora.
Ahiru no Sora.
Yep, that one's pretty much about basketball, and the main character's also really freaking short too. So it's also kind of like one part.
Oh, yes, I've seen clips of this before. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I recognize it.
Yep.
I do know Slam Dunk got a movie I think earlier this year or last year. What? And I heard the movie is really, really good.
Ooh.
It's 3D animated. And it looks a bunch like the manga.
Okay.
And I really like the art style for the manga. It's really good.
Oh, that's pretty interesting because I know a lot of people constantly shit on CGI a lot.
Oh yeah, 3D animated like Japanese media. It's really starting to improve lately, but I remember it had a reputation for a long time of just bleh, like it was not good. But it has really shown some improvement. And some of like the most impressive stuff I've seen from like Japanese media has been 3D animated. So honestly, good for them.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Although if I had to
Like-
think about my favorite CGI anime that I did see recently, it would have to be the remake of Trigon, actually.
Yes. Oh man, that anime is beautiful. I watched that recently too. It is very good. Super emotional too. I was crying a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I love the characters and I love the art style. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
And yeah, that is a great example of 3D animated anime.
Yep. On to our next question.
Sure.
How did you get into watching anime?
So I was like, I feel like the art style always kind of appealed to me when I was younger. And so I always ask like when I was on Netflix a lot when I was like really, really small, I was always like asking like, hey mom, dad, is this okay to watch? And they're like anime is not usually appropriate for kids your age. Not really. And I remember like seeing like Sergeant Frog on Netflix and I was like, oh, I want to watch that because I thought the art style was cute. And they went ahead and let me, and then I found I wasn't that interested. But then I saw Princess Tutu, which is a like magical girl like ballet anime. Also, not to make any Sergeant Frog fans upset, I'm sure now that I'm older, I would probably appreciate Sergeant Frog a lot more. But
Yep.
like 7-year-old me was not interested. Okay. But
Understandable.
so I was watching, yeah. So instead, I found my niche with magical girl anime, and I really liked Princess Tutu. I really liked the main character. I liked the romance in it. I thought that the story was beautiful. And actually, fun fact about my VTuber design is actually inspired by a character from Princess Tutu. It's Miss Adel.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she's a puppet. She's a puppet woman too. She's got like mint greenish hair. And yeah, we look a little similar. But yeah, she's kind of like my big inspiration for me.
That's great.
Yeah, so Princess Tutu is like one of the first animes that I got into. Watched that. Really liked Digimon. Watched a lot of Digimon, and then since then I just kind of warmed up to anime as a whole, and just kind of just watched. You know, if I thought something looked interesting, I watched it regardless of whether or not it was where it came from. You know what I mean? Like some people like strictly refuse to watch anime. My boss, for example. I keep telling him, I was like, Studio Ghibli movies are beautiful. Like, they're great movies. And he's just like, it's anime, I'm not watching it. I hate the art style, I hate it. I'm like,
Wow.
It like hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. So,
Yep.
I just kind of come to appreciate animation and you know, regardless of where it comes from, and anime is a part of that. So
Yep, understandable. Oh, you mentioned Digimon. What was your favorite Digimon season?
Digimon Tamers was my favorite.
Yep, good choice.
Digimon Tamers. I mean, I really liked the first like go about with like it was like, oh gosh, what was it? It was Digimon Adventure. It was like the first.
Yep, that's the first one.
And then what came after Digimon Adventure? The one with like Davis and.
Oh, I think that was like Adventure 2, I think.
was that Adventure Part 2.
Adventure
Digimon
Part 2,
Adventure 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked those two. And I was super invested in the characters, but I think Digimon Tamers was like the first time horror elements aside, because Digimon Tamers was terrifying in some aspects. And I think that was kind of one of the big draws of it was the horror elements, but also I just really liked. I feel like the Digimon were like more humanized in that, like they felt more like characters than they already were.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, that was one of the big things that I already liked Digimon over Pokemon for, was that like their companions could talk and they had like friendships. But even then, I feel like it was still just a little surface level. So Digimon Tamers kind of like was a step up from that, and I think that's why I liked it the most.
Yep, understandable.
Yeah.
As for me, I'd say Tamers was also one of my favorite ones because I really liked how involved the Digidestins were compared to how they were in the other series as well. Where you actually like swipe little cards and then they actually give your Digimon like little power-ups and boosts and such and little weapons and such.
It kind of, I know some people kind of complained that it felt like that there was less strategy involved because you could just power them up. But I beg to differ. I think it's actually the other way around. That there's some strategy involved in what powers you decide to give your Digimon in the first place.
Yeah, I know, right?
Another thing I really liked when you said involvement, not just involvement in combat, but also there was like, I felt like the stakes were more involved in the real world and not just limited to the digital world.
Oh,
which
yep, true,
I thought made things a lot more high stakes when not just the digital world, but the real world too was in like huge danger.
Oh, yep, especially around the very final arc where they introduced the freaking D-Reaper.
The D-Reaper was so scary, dude.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's... it kind of like lives rent free in my head. Like, it still kind of messes me up. I remember I just went ahead and binged the whole show like in one evening, and it was late at night, and I was finishing the show and just seeing the way that her name was Jerry.
Yep.
Yeah, Jerry. And like when they came back, and it was after Leomon had passed away, and you're just like, Jerry's like acting really weird. And that's like, it's like kind of messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And like she attacks her brother, and I'm just like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, what the crap?
What is this show right now?
Yep, when did Digimon start getting so dark now?
Well, and to be fair, there's always been really dark moments in Digimon too. But I felt like the horror in Digimon Tamers was a lot more psychological. So I remember in the second season, I was completely messed up when there was like literal child kidnapping. Like the Christmas episode. It was the Christmas special, and it had child kidnapping in it. And I'm just like, hold on. Like little me was just like, oh my gosh, like this is what happens when you talk to strangers. This is what I've been warned about.
Yep.
They grab you and they pull you in your van and they gas you.
Yes.
In the back of the van.
Yep. Then the criminal's just driving all saying, get gas, kid.
I don't want to like downplay like the dark moments that Pokemon has, but I don't think Pokemon had child kidnapping in it like that. I don't think you did.
Yep, definitely not.
And I don't think it had like a spooky monster using the voice of a child to emotionally manipulate her father. But go off, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, Digimon was my favorite as a kid.
Yep. As for the other one that I liked, I actually kind of a bit of a controversial take to any Digimon fan, but I actually kind of like Digimon Frontiers.
Yeah, I heard. I've never seen Digimon Frontiers. That's the only one I have not seen, but I hear like a lot of like mixed feelings about Digimon Frontiers. People either like really like it or like people really don't, and the people that really don't are very loud.
Yeah.
And I always was kind of interested in the concept of it because I remember reading up on it like when I was younger. I was like, I hyperfixated really bad, so like I would go onto like Wikipedia pages and read stuff. And I just like remember like reading the synopsis of it. That, and I was a little confused when I watched one of the movies and it had some like Frontiers elements in it, and I was like kind of a little confused. But yeah, I remember being like really like being like interested in the concept of it.
Yep, concept-wise, I kind of like the idea of humans pretty much morphing into Digimon as well as that stuff. Kind of, it gave it more Power Ranger vibes in my eyes.
Oh, is that what happens in Digimon Frontiers?
Yeah, it has some elements to it.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
so cool. I mean, it kind of has that in Tamers a little bit.
Oh yeah, with the bio merging to
Like,
Mega forms.
Yeah, kind of in a way, but yeah, I don't think it was fully explored.
Yep, true. But yeah, those are kind of my favorites, as far as Digimon goes. And the recent one I did watch, Ghost Game, was also pretty good too. Although I think they tried a little bit too hard to make it a little scary.
Oh, they were trying to make it Digimon Tamers.
Yep.
Well,
yep, close enough.
Yeah, to be fair, this is what happens when you get the guy who wrote Serial Experiments Lane to write a kids show. Okay, this is like that's just kind of you end up with Digimon Tamers. That's just what happens.
Yep, true.
Yeah. Which Serial Experiments Lane I have yet to have watched. I'm very curious about it, but it's a psychological horror. It also kind of explores the digital world. So honestly, it kind of makes sense that they would have picked him to write it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but he did write a psychological horror, so like be prepared for that.
Yeah, be prepared for that backlash.
Yeah, I like Digimon Tamers.
Oh, yep, me too. Yep, anyway, on to our next question. What anime genres and series do you watch?
It's a mixed bag. I don't really have like a particular genre that I'm like ride or die for. I tend to find that I really enjoy like magical girl animes, but usually it's magical girl animes that kind of go like against the typical, yep. I mean, Panty and Stalking is technically a magical girl anime in some weird twisted way. I really like it. It's unlike any of the other animes I had ever like watched or enjoyed.
Let's see.
Yeah. But I mean, I like magical girl animes, but it's like with exceptions. And then I also really like some slice of life, but like I really like K-On! I think it's super cute, but you have to be so careful with slice of life because they can get pretty boring.
Oh, yeah, true. Especially when you deal with characters that don't quite relate to you.
Yeah, you get a bunch of characters that you're just like, I do not care. Like, we do not care. And then I like some shonen, but again, it really depends. Like, I really like Chainsaw Man. I like Dun. but I feel like those two are like shonen that kind of go against the shonen genre to begin with, so I think that's why I like it. And then I also like a lot of shoujo. I think I prefer shoujo over shonen more. But, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a girl. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
But
imagine being a girl but don't watch girl anime.
I kind of like girly. I like girlier animes. I like romances. I really liked My Happy Marriage. I've come to find out I'm kind of a sucker for those kinds of animes. So yeah, it's just kind of whatever. It's just, I don't know. I don't really know like what the pattern is for me. It's just like I could go and watch an anime that someone would be like, "Yo, you totally love this. This is like totally up your alley." And then I'll watch it and I'm like, "No, this is not it."
Yep, I can understand that. Oh, yep. You mentioned the magical girl animes. Have you seen Precure?
And actually, that was what I was going to bring up. Was I have not seen Precure. I haven't seen Magica either, which I really, really want to watch. I think it's on Netflix, so I'll have to check it out because I really want to watch the new movie that's supposed to be coming out soon.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, have you seen that one?
I have seen the spin-off to Mondo Magica, which I think involved... Oh yeah, it was the one that was like based on a mobile game, and then they had a bunch of other magical girls besides Madoka and them. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, because I went on a... Because again, I went on a hyperfixation tirade and I like looked up like a whole bunch of the lore. I've basically seen Madoka Magica without ever actually having watched it. But yeah, I know what you're talking about with the mobile game.
Yep.
I did not know it had an anime though, but I have seen the mobile game.
Yep, it was pretty good actually. And
good.
Then I think the other magical girl animes that I was Precure, because that's one of the very few ones where magical girls actually go into actual fist fights against the monsters.
I now you got me interested. Like,
oh yep. I think you'll like it, even though
Precure.
Yep, Precure.
There's a bunch of different Precure.
Oh yep.
Animes, aren't there?
Oh yep. It's been running since 2000.
Gotcha. I watched like this one Precure that was on Netflix, and it was like super like very obviously like watered down for kids type stuff.
Yeah.
So when you're explaining to me that Precure has like literal fist fights, I'm like, well, hold on. Are we talking about the same thing, right? Are we talking about the same franchise right now? Because what I saw was like baby stuff.
Oh, yep. I think they probably might have just watered that down quite a bit then. But yeah, they do have actual fist fights in that one.
That's insane.
As for which ones that do, I'll probably have to say it was like the very first one, and then the recent one I kind of also watched was Soaring Sky Precure. So that's the ones with with a lot of the fist fighting.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's my own
yeah, I have not seen
experience
Precure,
with
but
that
now
one.
I think I might.
And then, of course, there's the usual Sailor Moon, of course.
Yeah, which I have not watched. I've watched Sailor Moon, but I don't think I've watched enough Sailor Moon. I actually went to a thrift store and they had a bunch of Sailor Moon DVDs. So I've got a bunch of like Sailor Moon DVDs. Just kind of sitting. I've been meaning to watch them, but I kind of have a hard time watching like girlier animes in my own home because I don't like because I worry about being made fun of.
Oh, I see. Understandable.
Yeah. So I like the girlier animes, but it's really hard to get the alone time to watch it.
Yep,
That,
understandable.
and I don't like watching it by myself. Alone time, but with someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at pretty much watching stuff on my own most of the time. Just so I can pretty much gatekeep it.
I have to talk. No, I've gotta like talk about it. I had to have somebody I like look at and be like, "Did you just see that? Did you see how ridiculous that was?"
Oh, yep, true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
on
I
to our...
got my sister to watch Dun Dun On with me, and so whenever just ridiculous things happen, I don't feel super awkward laughing super loud because my sister's right there laughing with me, so it's not super weird.
Ah, nice. I did
Yeah.
kind of think the very first episode of Don Don was pretty weird.
Bro,
It gets weirder. I
it's
know.
so weird. It gets so weirder. Yeah. And I say that having even read the manga, so like, it gets weird. But yeah, that first episode, when you don't really know like how weird the show is supposed to be when you first get in, it's kind of a little shocking. Yeah, I remember being a little uncomfortable. I actually had to skip a couple of that part there. You know what part I'm talking about, but I had to skip it. But then other than that, like, I actually think I could probably bear to watch it now because like I'm a little more like aware of the weirdness of the show, so I could probably watch it now. But yeah.
Oh, yep. Speaking of the part that you were referred to, I'm gonna make a guess and say it was the part where Momo almost got raped.
Yeah, it was the weird part. It was the weird part where the aliens. Yeah, it was that part. It was super uncomfortable, especially when she's like, not an adult.
Yeah,
it's
true,
just like,
true.
And I actually, having read the manga, there's actually a bunch of parts that they actually kind of took out from the manga that are a bit more suggestive, which I'm grateful for, like, because I mean, not that it doesn't like cement like that these guys are like truly bad guys, but it is still very uncomfortable to watch.
Oh yeah, true.
But I don't think it took away from the story or anything like that, and I actually think that the anime is like a great expansion on the manga. So yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yep.
All right, on to our next question. Who's your favorite anime character?
Favorite anime character? See, I gotta think about this a little bit because I have like so many that I'm like, I like this character from this one and this character from this one, but it's like, which one out of all of them? I probably want to say Panty from Panty and Stocking is my favorite.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like when I was younger, I was like very I was very like reserved and kind of kept to myself about like more like sexual stuff, you know what I mean? Like I was just very like what do you even call it? Like conservative. I was conservative. Very like, oh, you that's inappropriate. You can't behave like that. That's so, don't you.
Yep.
That's so unclassy. But like, and so I guess like when I see Panty, she's like kind of like a side of me that I wish I kind of was. Like, she's very confident and she's like super trashy, and like I don't want to be like trashy, but like I really admire like her confidence, and plus I think that her design is like fantastic. And everybody's always talking about how much they like Stocking, because like Stocking's like she's like the Lolita goth quiet one. So like there's like a charm to that. But I like Panty a lot more. She's just like loud, and I just really like characters in general that are just loud and confident about what they think. Because it's something that I want. Because it's someone that I want to be.
Yep, understandable.
Yeah, and even though she's a trashy skank, I love her.
Nice. Oh, would you consider Panty a tomboy?
Yes. But she's also she's tomboyish, but she's also very in tune with her femininity, which I like. I feel like it's really common for girls to feel like the only way that they feel like valid or strong is if they're more masculine. But I feel like that's not the case. Like, girls could be like both in tune with their femininity and be strong at the same time.
Yep. I can understand that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Being feminine doesn't inherently mean you're weak. So, like, you don't have to pretend to be into more masculine things to come across as strong.
Yep, that's true as well. Now that you brought up the Panty being like tomboyish as well as confident, that also brings me up to one of my favorite characters, and that's Urza Scarlet. Fairy Tail.
Oh, I haven't seen Fairy Tail.
Oh, yep, you should. It's really good.
I should. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those ones that's been around for a while.
Oh, yep, true.
It's like kind of in line with like Naruto or One Piece or Sword Art Online. It's just kind of ones that people just kind of know. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep, Fairy Tail is also one of my go-to animes as well. Even though they do kinda overuse the whole power friendship kind of gimmick too much.
I don't know. I love that kind of cheesy stuff.
Yep, I enjoy the cliche.
Power of friendship.
Yep, I enjoy the cliche, although I do kind of feel like some of it in Fairy Tail does feel a little bit forced instead of shown, but that's just my opinion.
It makes you kind of wonder, like, it kind of makes you wonder what the manga's like, right?
Oh yeah, true. It does.
Yeah.
It'll at least have me curious enough about the manga, at least.
Yeah, like, I definitely feel like with anime, like, because a lot of them are adaptations, they have to like cut stuff out or like add stuff in that wasn't there before, and so like, sometimes it's like, how do I describe it? Sometimes it feels like a little rushed or out of place for sometimes. So they can kind of get through what they need to get through. So sometimes when those kinds of things happen, it makes you wonder what happened in the manga that's so different.
Oh, yep, true. Especially when you're also trying to put the animes on TVs and networks, so you don't want to go too far with it, but you also want to stay true to it.
Yeah, I feel like the rules and regulations for manga are vastly different than they are for anime.
Yep, very true. Yep, on to our next question. Of course, as for my favorite anime characters, I'd say a bit of a cop-out answer, but I really like Naruto as well as Goku and most of the main characters in shonen anime.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I mean, they're people to look up to. It's like it's kind of my same thing, the same with favorite video game characters, Sonic, right? They're just...
Yep.
There's guys, they're just awesome guys you look up to.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Maybe Goku's not the best person to look up to, but...
Yeah, Goku probably not the best person, considering he's not the best father, but... But at least he tries to be good.
In terms of fatherly advice, don't look to Goku.
Yep. Yeah, Goku might be a little too stupid for fatherly advice, but he's not completely evil either.
Pure of heart, dumb of ass.
Yep.
True.
True. Although, if I did have to also name a character that I do really look up to recently, it's Asta from Black Clover.
Black Clover. That's one I haven't seen either. What's that character like?
Oh, yeah. Basically, Asta was pretty much one of the very few people born into a world where everybody else can use magic, and Asta was pretty much one of the very few, or not the only person that can use magic. So instead of just using magic, he just works really freaking hard to get what he wants.
Right.
And I kind of always look up to people who have really good work ethic and don't really give up on their goals.
Yeah.
And then
it's, not really a thing that's in the way, but it's just you just have to learn a little differently than everybody else.
Yep, true. And then eventually he does get some powers of his own to combat against people who do use magic and such. So his whole thing is that he has this thing called anti-magic, which pretty much nullifies all magic and such. And he just pretty much just hits people with his sword and such.
Okay, neat. Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't really know much about the premise of Black Clover, so I didn't know that it had like magic and stuff in it. So that's cool.
Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Another one I also look up to is Mashal.
Oh.
Yep, Mashal's really good.
See, I think I know who that is actually. How do you spell that actually? Hold on.
Yep, I'll go ahead and type in the phone to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like now I gotta look up a picture. Hold on. How do you spell that?
All right, it's MASASHLE. Mashal, Magic and Muscles.
Oh, okay, Mashal.
Oh yeah, Mash
okay.
Burn Dead.
Yes,
yep.
yes, okay, I have heard of this. This is like one of like the animes of the year right now, like one of the big animes right now.
Oh, yep.
Yes, I have heard about this. Yeah, I've got somebody who wants to watch this with me. Yeah, that's so funny. Magic and Muscles.
Indeed. Yep, also a really good anime as well. Oh, yep. Anyway, on to our next question, and this one's a little deep. Have you learned anything from video games or anime?
Like important life lessons?
Yep. Or any lesson.
Yeah, just like, you know, like something that sticks with me, I guess, right?
Yep.
I guess in because there are like lots of things that like have kind of like changed my perspective on like the way that I see things. It's all just a matter of like me thinking about like what that could be. Shoot. I mean, and Digimon always did really strike a chord with me. Like it always kind of like moved me, in a weird sort of way. Like the way that the characters like interact with each other. It kind of gives me like a perspective like on just like how we treat each other, and like how different everybody kind of is. Like, so it sounds like kind of weird, but like even in a lot of like Western cartoons, you know, you've always got like the characters that are like a certain way or another way. Like there's like the smart kid and like the girl character and the tough, jock kid and kind of in like a friend group in a cartoon.
Oh yeah.
And it's a kind of like surface level like that. But I think Digimon kind of like puts that into perspective that like you could kind of be friends with anybody regardless of like where they are socially. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
And especially when I was in middle school, when like cliques and things like that were like a huge deal. It kind of like I had like a friend that was like, you can't hang out with him because he's like the jock kid, or he's the quote unquote popular kid. Because I hung out with like a lot of like the artsy / emo kids or the awkward kids,
Yeah.
And they took that clique thing very seriously because typically they're kind of at the bottom. So like he was like, you can't hang out with him because he's mean, because he's this archetype, and like that didn't really stop me from wanting to hang around kids just because I thought that they were interesting to be around,
Oh yeah.
And it's like you shouldn't let things like that like stop you from like making friends, because you make friends in like the weirdest place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Insert the
Friends
internet
come
here.
from anywhere. Yep, basically. Friends come from anywhere, and like, you never know what you have in common. So.
Yep. True.
Basically, and I think that that's like not just true in Digimon, but it's kind of like in everything. Like it's like a common pattern in a lot of like kids stuff.
Yep.
And it's like a really simple lesson, but it's really true.
Yep. Always take the time to get to know people, folks.
Yeah.
You never know what you might have in common.
Yep. Don't let like dumb stereotypes like get in the way of that.
Oh, yep. True. Yep. Never let stereotypes dictate your friendship.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, on
What
to
about you?
our... Oh, yep. As for me, I think the thing that games and anime pretty much always taught me the most is that if you always work hard at something and keep persevering, you'll eventually succeed.
Right.
Kind of like when you deal with a really, really hard boss in a video game that's taking you so many tries. As long as you take the time to learn and learn and try to change your approach every time, you'll eventually win.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about earlier, right? Where it's like we like in levels when there's different ways to beat a level.
Oh, yep.
Then it means this sometimes the stupid way that you didn't think was gonna work ends up working out.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then, of course, and the other lesson is JRPGs as well. That I've learned is that you can always move forward with things no matter how bad things get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Well, yep, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have to, but of course the scars will always be there.
Yeah. But just keep on.
Gotta keep on keeping on, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and now on to our next question.
Okay.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food. I have lots of favorite foods. I guess it depends. So top three. We'll go with that. So we got schnitzel. We've got clam chowder.
Oh, what's
and we got
schnitzel?
cheesecake. What's schnitzel?
Yep.
Okay, so how do I describe this? Have you ever had country fried steak?
A few times.
Okay, so it's kind of like that. It's similar. Let's use that as a basis for my description here. So, schnitzel is like a really thin like cut of meat. I think like it's usually like it's pork. But it is breaded and fried and then it's usually served with like a mushroom gravy, mushroom and like cream cheese gravy, and then like fried potatoes. It's a German dish.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, it's really good. It's basically just German country fried steak. There's a couple of different kinds of schnitzel. One of like the most common is a Wiener Schnitzel, which is veal.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that's like a country fried sausage or something?
It's like country fried. It's a veal is what is veal? Wait, a veal. Veal is like a steak. It's like a beef.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. Veal, I think is it's meat from baby cows, which is why I've never really had Wiener Schnitzel, because I can't get behind eating a baby cow. You know, like I'll eat a cow,
Yeah.
but like I'm not gonna eat a baby cow. Like I feel like that's a little too inhumane. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I draw the line at baby cows. Okay.
Yep. Gotta
even if
draw
it
the
does
line
sound
at the
delicious.
babies.
Yeah. There's different kinds of schnitzel. They're all kind of named different things. I'm looking here. It says like in Japan, tonkatsu is like technically a type of schnitzel. It's like a similar thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, Jaeger Schnitzel,
Nice, nice.
Hunter Schnitzel. Oh, that's the one. This is the one that I eat. It's a schnitzel with mushroom sauce. That's Jaeger Schnitzel.
Ooh, okay.
With
Nice.
mushroom sauce and French fries. But instead of French fries, we usually we just like fry some potatoes with like some garlic and stuff like that, and it's very good.
Ah, okay. So it's a homemade take on a German recipe. Okay.
Yep, pretty much.
Ah, nice.
VTuber shizzle snizzle. No, what?
Yep. Let's not go that one. Dang, Matt.
What?
It's a food, Matt. It's a food.
It's schnitzel. Yeah, I really, really like schnitzel. I usually ask for it for my birthday. And then I like clam chowder, and then I like cheesecake, and cheesecake being like an umbrella term for like any cheesecake, not any specific kind.
Ah, okay, okay. Nice.
Yes, those are my favorite foods.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
What about you? What are your favorite?
I think mine's are a little bit on the normal side, but I really enjoy pizza and hamburgers.
Yeah.
And
I love hamburgers.
yep, tacos as well.
When we're talking pizza, like specifically what kind of pizza?
There's pepperoni, and then there's also meat lovers as well. And recently, I also started to enjoy this other type of pizza that Domino's has. It's called a Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Oh yeah, Philly cheesesteak pizza. There's this local pizza place. They have like the best Philly cheesesteak pizza. They've got Philly cheesesteak pizza. They've also got like a loaded potato pizza, which is really good.
Ooh.
They got a bunch of really weird pizzas. My favorite is the Shotsy pizza, which is it's got like sauerkraut and mustard and things that a lot of people think would be gross on a pizza, but I promise you it is amazing. It is the best. Do not listen to the haters. It's the best.
Yep, I don't think I would ever put sauerkraut on my pizza, but
No!
but I do believe in don't knock it until you try it, though.
Right. Yeah, don't cut the kraut, dog. Some good stuff.
Yips. Unless, of course, it's anchovies.
Okay, yeah, no. Wait, no. I won't go there with anchovies. Oysters, maybe. I like oysters on pizza, alright, but anchovies, no.
Yep, understandable.
Mm.
Oh, yep, as for the tacos, I pretty much always go to Taco Bell because they also have those Doritos Locos tacos shells.
I do like those. I'm a bit of a sucker for Taco Bell. I used to not like it, but Taco Bell, I really like their, what are they called? Chalupa. I like the chalupa. Chalupa and the nacho fries. Can't give it up. Reuben Pizza, yeah, dude.
Reuben Pizza.
Yeah, Reuben Pizza. He knows what he's talking about. That's got sauerkraut on it too, for sure.
Okay. Neat.
He's all okay, then no.
Very interesting. Yep, that's a flavor I've never heard of, and I'll probably have to check that out someday.
Reuben, you know what a Reuben is, right?
Oh, yep, Reuben sandwiches.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yep, corned beef, sauerkraut, and stuff. Yep.
Thousand Island sauce.
Yep, Thousand Island. They just replaced the pizza sauce with the Thousand Island now.
Now I want to make a Reuben. I gotta make Reubens for. No, that's what's happening. We're making Reubens. It's gonna be so good.
Yep. On to our next question now.
Yes.
What are your pet peeves?
Pet peeves. Right off the gate, I hate when people say Reese's instead of Reese's. It drives me insane.
Okay.
You don't say Reese's, do you?
Nah, I always call them Reese's.
We might have some issues. We might have a couple of issues here, friend.
Yep, or Reese's. I think I've always kind of had the pronunciation problem, so you know.
I mean, like Reese's Pieces is fine because I think it's cute, but Reese's, no. It's Reese's. It belongs to Reese.
Reese,
it's
okay.
A delectable treat that belongs to Reese.
Yep, Reese and Grease.
Reese and Grease. Yeah, that's like my number one pet peeve.
Okay.
My other pet peeve is when I'm in an argument with somebody and we keep arguing back and forth about which thing is like the right answer, and so I get tired of arguing, and so I go and look up the answer, and then the person goes, you don't trust that my answer is right, and so you're looking it up, and I'm like, well, now I don't know if either of us are right, so let me look it up. Like, don't fault me for looking it up if none of us know. Like, if we're both arguing about it, surely one of us is wrong, so we might as well look it up. Like, I'm not trying to insult you here. Yeah, sorry. It's a super hyper-specific pet peeve. It happens more often than you think.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, understandable.
Yes.
Especially with the argument one.
Like, don't take it personally. Like, at this point, I don't even know. If anything, I'm looking it up for me. I'm not looking it up to prove anything. You know what I mean?
Yep, true. I can understand that.
Reese's Cups or eggs? I really like the Reese's eggs. I always get excited around Easter time.
Oh, yeah, the Reese's Cups are really good, especially the eggs. I especially love the Reese's Fast Break ones.
Oh, yeah, I tried that before. Really like them. I like the pretzel. a lot.
Oh, yeah, pretzels are very underrated. And apparently now they're coming out with a new Reese's that's coming out with like chocolate lava at the bottom of it.
Chocolate lava? Like a chocolate.
Yeah, like some chocolate sauce under the Reese cup.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
Yeah,
what? Yeah, chocolate,
chocolate
lava,
lava.
like a chocolate syrup or chocolate like a
Yeah, it's like
ganache
a
or
chocolate
something.
syrup and chocolate caramel kind of thing.
Gotcha. That sounds fun.
Oh, yep, very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, and on to our next question, which now we're pretty much right to the VTuber stuff now.
Ah.
What was your biggest inspiration for being a VTuber?
Right. And actually going back to what we my Eric Loy interview, that is actually something that he'd asked me before, was what got me into VTubing in the first place. So I've always kind of wanted to go into like content creation of some kind. I just didn't know what, and especially because I didn't want my face to be like present. And it's pretty common for like faces to not be present in YouTube videos, but
Yep.
I wanted to go like beyond that. Like I still wanted there to be a face, but I didn't like know how I was to like present myself. And I wasn't really fond of the idea of like using like PNGs to like switch between in like editing and things like that.
Yep.
Already, because there was kind of like a negative like connotation to that. It feels like a lot of people that use like PNGs and things like that, they're just like, there's kind of like a stereotype about them, which I know I just talked about like negative stereotypes and things like that before, but like on the internet it's kind of a big deal, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And VTubing was introduced to me when I caught my sister watching she's like one of the biggest like VTubers. She's like one of the first.
Oh, Kizuna
her
Ai?
name is Kizuna Ai. Her name was escaping me for a second there. Yeah, Kizuna Ai. She was watching that and I was just like, wait, like is that like animated? And she's like, no, this is like happening in like real time. And I was just like, how is that possible? Like, how is that even a thing? And that was just with 3D. So when I found out that 2D was a thing and 2D kind of like appealed to me a lot more, that's when I was just like, this is something I want to do, especially because making characters and playing a character was like something I've always kind of wanted to do. And making characters and drawing characters, and I'm already an artist, and so like this is like a project that I can dedicate myself to. Like this is a hobby that I can like get into and enjoy. So that's kind of how I got into it, was just seeing that kind of technology was possible and that I could do it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good. So you pretty much always wanted to be more of a role player / actor, minus without being on the stage or something.
Yeah, basically. Like when I was in like a lot of chats when I was younger, like I liked playing a character, or like it sounds like super cringy, but like I like, especially like pre-existing characters, like when Doki Doki Literature Club came out, I liked like pretending to be Sayori. I thought it was fun. And she's the best girl. Don't fight me.
No problem.
But yeah, it was always something I was kind of like into. And so like seeing that was like feasible, and also there were so many like personalities for VTubers out there that were so similar to mine, that I was just like, this is something that I could do and that I could have fun with and that other people would enjoy. So that was really inspiring for me.
Okay. Yep, very nice. Yep, I can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep. And now on to our next question. Unless you want to know how I got into it as well.
I would actually.
Yep. Basically, the first VTuber I definitely watched was Kizuna Ai, of course, which I was definitely fascinated by how she presented herself as well as some of the content they did. And this was pretty much around the time where VTubers pretty much always did like video uploads and such opposed to streaming. And seeing how they animated and see how they actually expressed themselves, it was pretty much like watching a anime without actually subscription fee.
It was just like that.
Yips. So it was
it's like, oh my gosh, they made anime real.
Yips. And I think, well, the other thing I really liked about Kizuna Ai's videos is when she was playing, I believe it was Resident Evil 7, she pretty much ends up dropping F-bombs. Yep, that was probably one of my favorite videos. Where she pretty much saying...
We like seeing cute girls with potty mouths. It's fun.
Yep. And then, of course, once I started watching Kizuna Ai, I pretty much fell into a rabbit hole and got super fixated and super curious about other VTubers as well. And then I discovered a whole bunch of other people besides Kizuna Ai.
Yeah, like I think what really sold it for me was when HoloLive English, the first branch, came out, and I was just like, this isn't just like a Japanese thing, like this is like expanding towards here, like this is something that I could like feasibly do, that isn't like super like obscure and weird, you know?
Oh, yep, true. Yep, as a fun fact, I actually debuted once HoloLive English became a thing too.
Oh, you debuted at the same time?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
But of course, around that time, I was pretty much still trying to get better internet around that time.
Were you using like Vroid Studio and stuff like that for your model?
At first, I was using Custom Cast, which is a little VTuber app on your phone where you can actually make and customize your model on the phone. So,
oh, that's cool.
It's
cool that there was options like that, like even back then.
Yep. And then after about getting better internet and getting a laptop, we eventually transitioned to Vroid.
I originally was going to start out in Vroid, but I just, again, the 2D models just appeal to me a lot more. I can appreciate 3D models now, especially the way that they look and the way that you can get them now are just so nice, and they're so accessible now.
Oh yeah.
But 2D was like a whole new thing. I thought it was way more like unique than a 3D, even if it was a lot more limited. So, and also 2D was just something easier for me to do. Otherwise, it would require me to learn how to. I didn't have the money to hire somebody, not at the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just make my own model and do that. And I could not get past the learning how to make a donut on Thunder. So. So
understandable.
There was that.
Yep. Of course. Yep, I could probably never use Blender for the life of me.
It's tricky. It's especially when you're so used to working in 2D, it's really hard to see things in 3D.
Oh, yep, true. Yep, and now to our other question. How did you come up with your name?
When I come up with my name, so Cecily was actually the name of another character I had, who was a Cyclops, And the name Cecily came from like the island of Cecily. That's where the Cyclops live in Greek mythology. So that's where Cecily came from originally. But then as I kind of made my design and I was coming up with a name, I liked the name Cecily because it had the word silly in it, and I thought it kind of fit. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be Cecily. And then Polichinelle is it's like, I believe it is, or at least like it comes from like an Italian word for punch, which is the name of a really iconic puppet character whose name is like Punchinelle. So Polichinelle is like kind of a name for a specific type of puppet that originally came from the name of a puppet character named Punchinelle. So that's where Polichinelle came from.
Ooh.
And I can't remember if like Polichinelle is the Italian or the French version. I believe it's the French version. But yeah, so that's where Cecily Polichinelle came from.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cute, actually.
Thank you.
Yep, and on to our next question. Oh, by the way, Terence was just my other thing as well. That was just my IRL name.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
Don't
I just
worry, I won't
pasted
tell
there. Don't worry, there's like thousands of other Terences out there, so they're not gonna know which one.
I mean, fair enough. Like, there's plenty of them out there.
Yeps. Yep, on to our next question.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned from being a VTuber so far?
A lot. I would say, what's it called? It's really common, in acting, kind of like making stuff up as you go, and still trying to make it flow, into the topic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like, I've started to get kind of good at that. I mean, obviously, it's still kind of like in the works. It's definitely a skill that needs to be like built up with time. But when you watch my first stream compared to most recent, my ability to kind of bounce off of like awkward silences, awkward topics, has vastly improved. And I feel like it's not just limited to my streaming, but it's limited to the way that I talk and convey myself in real life too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just my ability to keep going. It's like, don't stop there. Like, you feel awkward, you feel like oh my gosh, like how am I even gonna keep going from this, and like, especially when things mess up, like when you get scuff, it's so easy to want to just be like, oh my god, I should just turn the stream off, this is embarrassing. But improvisation, that's the term, to improvise. Yep. My ability to improvise has vastly improved since I've started, for sure.
Oh, yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, improvising is pretty much a very important skill to have, especially when things don't go well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, it's so awkward. I remember my birthday stream. There was terrible scuff. At one point, I actually, I was getting stuff set up. I went to go and download something, and I thought I had accidentally downloaded a virus, like on stream. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't even know how I was going to recover from that. It's like, I just like downloaded a virus. I was freaking out. I was like, hold on, everybody. let me figure this out. And then eventually I was able to bounce off it. It turned out all right, and I didn't even have, it wasn't even a virus. I figured it out. We were able to get right back on track. I didn't really have to like stop the stream thing. It was just, yeah. So it was really cool, and it made me think about how, like, if something like that would have happened, yeah, that's such a tense moment. That worked out. Yeah, me too. It was.
Yep.
It makes me think that if that would have happened, like when I first started, like in the first couple of months, I probably would have broke down and just turned the stream off, because that was horrible. It sucked.
Yeah. Glad to hear things definitely worked out at least.
Me too.
Yep. Yeah,
Maybe
especially.
you ever had like something like that happen?
Let's see. No, I can't say I have, but I think the one of the more scuffed experiences that I did have was definitely around one of my first 2 years of VTubing, and that was when I pretty much almost fell asleep on stream.
And that's actually really common. I haven't had it. I haven't had it like happen yet, that like falling asleep on stream, but I mean, I see clips all the time. But to be fair, they're also like industry VTubers, so like, you know, you honestly, you can't blame them for falling asleep on stream.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm waiting for the day when that happens. So I think that's funny that that's happened to you.
Yep. And I suppose another really scuff moments that I did end up having is that I always pretty much tend to forget that I have my music and sometimes my BGM audios pretty much on loop, and then have them overpower most of the games I play.
Yes, oh my gosh, I've had that. I've had like the game music going and my background music going at the same time, and then it isn't until the end of the stream that I actually look at the audio, and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I think it happened on like one of my Halloween streams. I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and there was like my cutesy goofy music playing in the background of me playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, no. Said anything. It makes me mad when nobody says anything, but I'm like, maybe they think that that's supposed to be happening, but I'm like, no, like nobody thinks that's weird. Nobody said anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's my pet peeve, when no one points out my audio mistakes on stream.
Yep. Another pet peeve confirmed. Okay, nice. Yep. Anyway, on to our next question. Did VTubing bring any changes to you in terms of personality or the new things you experienced?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I've become a lot more confident. I used to mumble really bad. I had a bad mumble. I speak a lot more clearly than I used to. And then I also think that I'm like more open about the things that I talk about. Again, because I used to be like kind of reserved. But like I feel a little less embarrassed about the things that I enjoy. I take pride in it a little bit more than I used to.
That's good. Glad to see that VTubing brought you a newfound confidence in yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's just really nice and affirming when you start this hobby and you don't even know if it's gonna do all that well, and then you end up with like even just 100 people like interested in what you have to say and what you do. Like even that, like, you know, 100's a very small number in the terms of like the YouTube sphere, but like 100 in general, like that's 100 people that are like interested in what you have to say and do, and like you can't help but like feel kind of good about yourself when something like that happens.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Just don't let it get to your head.
Of course.
Stay humble.
Just because you have a few people like you doesn't mean everyone's gonna like you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I've kind of come to accept that not everybody likes me a lot more than when I was younger. I was like always afraid that like I was like, oh, what if I do this and this person doesn't like me if I do this, and the more I do it, and then like the more I get like these like mean comments in the chat, the more like the reality sets in that like not everybody's gonna like you, but like you're not there for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Completely
Like,
understandable.
Don't let it bother you because you're not there for them. What you're doing is not for them. It's for the 1,000 subscribers you have, or the 800 subscribers that you have.
Right.
One person is a lot. One person who said that you're really bad at Sonic Adventure 2 is a lot less than 800 people that are subscribed so they can watch you play Sonic Adventure 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then. On to our... Well, actually... Yeah, I'd say VTubing's also brings some changes to me as well, because... Like a lot of people, I pretty much used to hate my voice, and I often got bullied a lot for my voice a lot of times. But now, I think I've gotten a lot more comfortable with my voice a lot more. I think the only time I didn't really feel that comfortable is when I didn't really... when I kept singing, because sometimes when I listen to myself sing, I do kinda the cringe a little bit, but I think I've gotten used to it.
Yes. Yeah. One of my big fears going in was like my parents like to watch my stuff sometimes. So I'm like, what if I come upstairs and they're watching one of my streams, or like watching one of my like shorts or something like that, and I can hear myself talking, and I'm like, oh god, that's what I sound like. And I don't feel that way much anymore. Like sometimes like I just get kind of surprised because it's like, oh, like they're like watching me, you know what I mean? And then also about the singing, like I don't sing very much, but I do have like a cover that I'm a part of that I did for like a friend's birthday, where I sung Drop Pop Candy with like a bunch of other VTubers. And so that was certainly an experience, hearing myself sing and being comfortable enough to record myself. It was so hard.
Oh yeah.
It was so hard overcoming that and being like, this is going to have to do. Like this is what I sound like. This is what I need to accept this. Like this is I did what I had to do. I did my best. And you know what? The cover turned out really good. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by like, the mixing, like it did me some good. I'll tell.
Yep, I can understand that.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I definitely agree with you there about being comfortable in your voice and in your own skin, and things like that, for sure.
Oh, yep. Thank you. Oh, yep. On to our next question. Did you ever once regretted VTubing?
Sorry, could you repeat that? My bad.
Yep. Did you ever once regretted VTubing?
Did I ever have regrets about VTubing?
Yep.
Yeah, actually. When I first started doing it, it was like really exciting and really cool, and I was streaming for about like 2 months. Not super long. And there was a time where I had my tonsils removed, so I had to take a hiatus. I wasn't streaming for super long, so me taking a break was like, it was either I was gonna come back or I wasn't, because I had a really bad habit of starting something, and then if I stopped for a very long time, I wouldn't come back. Like, so I told myself, I was like, I want to come back, but it was so easy to just be like, but I don't have to, because I don't have an audience that's relying on me like that right now, you know? It's super tempting to just be like, I don't have to come back like right away, or I don't have to come back at all, you know? But it's like, but I put in all this money and all this effort and all this work into doing this, and so it's like I had to pick myself up and be like, you need to do this. Like, once your throat is better, you're gonna get back out there and do what you need to do. And I think that's kind of like killed that bad habit for me. You know, that, yeah, streaming has actually kind of killed that bad habit of picking something up and then dropping it like immediately. So yeah, and now I have an audience that holds me accountable all the time, so now I really can't really stop if I really you know, I can't really stop even if like I was feeling lazy or you know, put down. So I'm kind of grateful for that.
That's good, that's good. Glad to see you do have an audience that will maybe bonk you after you make a mistake, I guess, huh?
They're like, okay, you're feeling better. We want you back now. Come back.
Yep,
and I mean, I understand that they would respect, like, if I wanted to, you know, say graduate, or like if I really did need to take a hiatus, but a lot of the time, sometimes just the slight teasing is just enough to be like, okay, I'm coming.
Yep, okay, no more teasing. I have to come back now.
Okay.
If you wanted to walk away, I hope you feel all right doing so.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I don't think I would get like any sort of negative like reception. I think the silly geese would be very understanding of me needing to walk away, but
yep.
I don't need to, so I won't.
Okay. Yep. Understandable. Yep. Oh, yep. And on to our next question. Do you feel like you must be very talented to be a good VTuber?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like there's like I look at a lot of like the popular VTubers out there that can dance and that can sing, or like they made their own model, or they are like just like really talented artists or something like that, and I'm just like, you know, that could be me. Like I feel like that's something that I need to do, especially because VTubing is like rooted in idol culture, like Japanese idol culture. So it's really common for a lot of VTubers to be talented at singing and be really talented at dancing and all, you know, things like that. So when someone asks me like, what do I do, and I'm just like, oh, I play games and, you know, draw sometimes, and it's like it doesn't really seem like that much. But then you also remember that there are a ton of VTubers, and even like not just like indies, but like company VTubers and like things like that don't sing and don't dance, that still made it. So it's like, just prioritize what you are good at instead of comparing yourself to like the competition, you know what I mean? Like it's good to compare yourself to the competition if you want to be better, but feeling the need to have to change who you are just to even like stand with the competition, it kind of takes the whole fun out of it. And if you're not having fun, then it's like, what's the point of it, right?
Oh, yep. Understandable.
Yeah. So like, you know, if you feel like you're not talented enough to be a VTuber, like, don't. Literally just don't, because there's so many VTubers out there that like are just popular because they just have the personality for it, and that could be you. Like, sometimes like it's all you need. Sometimes it's like the personality that you put out or the events that you put together. Some VTubers are really big because they put together a lot of events, and like I think Amelia Watson is a really good example. Amelia Watson, like, not that she can't sing, but that's not what she's known for. She's not really known for her singing or her dancing or anything like that. But from a technical side, she's brilliant at that.
Oh,
so, like,
yeah.
So like where you can put your talents, you should, for sure.
Right,
like, even if it's not like not the VTuber norm or the typical. Like, if you can find a way to implement it in, do it.
Yep. Very sound advice right there.
Yeah. So, yeah. So sometimes it can be a little discouraging, but I try not to let it bother me.
Yep. In my case, as well as what I think, though, my take on it is, personally, I don't think you have to be talented at it, but it does take a lot of learning and a lot of hard work.
Yes.
So, as long as you pretty much work hard, as well as take the time to analyze what you put out, as well as learn from it, and if you want to, you can also pretty much try to build a skill off of it if you want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't really have to be talented, but you do have to have at least a decent amount of perseverance for it as well.
Yeah, you have to be willing to learn and grow. Like you can start out without like the skill, but like you have to be willing to develop that skill.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep. And now on to our other question. What's your favorite thing about becoming a VTuber?
My favorite thing about becoming a VTuber is probably the community that I put together. I love the silly geese. I love them very much. They're very supportive. They're very silly. They make me laugh. They're very supportive. Like they give me like a hard time all the time. You know, I'm not good at games, so like they get on me about it all the time. But you know, they stick around because they like me. You know, not because my gameplay is like exceptional or anything, but because they like me. And I feel like the community that a content creator has is very reflective of the content creator themselves. Like sometimes content creators end up with like some really toxic fans, and it kind of makes you wonder. It's like, these fans are this way because the content creator allows them to be, or like almost sort of like not only like allows them to be, but like enables it. You know what I mean? Like almost kind of like feeds into it a little bit. So the fact that I have like a supportive community like I do, like kind of says a lot about like me as a content creator, and it's very encouraging, I think.
Nice. Oh, that's great. Yep, good to hear that. I'd say my favorite things about being a VTuber is being able to showcase your personality without being judged.
Yeah. I feel like At first it was difficult, but like now I feel like I can just be like my unfiltered self to everyone.
Yep,
And,
true,
and,
true.
and people like it. People enjoy it, and that makes me happy.
Right. That's good, that's good. Yep, and also the community is also really good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And-
one of my favorite things is when I get a comment that's like saying that they like look forward to my streams. They're like if I say that I'm sick and that I can't stream, they're like, man, I was really looking forward to it. And like it kind of like it makes me feel good that like I make someone's day like that.
Oh yeah,
Just
same
doing
here.
what I do. I'm like, dang, I look forward to seeing you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, on to our last question. Any words to your fans?
Yeah. I love you. Mwah.
Nice.
Thank you for sticking with me for almost I want to say it's like a year and a half, maybe a little over. So thanks for being there the whole time, you guys.
Yep, you hear that, folks? Cecily appreciates you all.
I do.
Very nice. Oh, yep, if anyone's still in stream, do you also have any questions for me or Cecily?
Yeah, I'll answer some. I'll take some. In the meantime, while we wait for it, I want to thank you again for having me on here tonight. Tonight.
Yep, thank you for joining as well. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was super fun talking to you. I think this is like the first time that we've like actually like talked. Like we've been in streams before, but like it hasn't really been like one-on-one personal like this. It was really cool getting to know you.
Yep, it was fun getting to know you as well. Oh, Geyer has a question.
Okay.
You might have already answered this, but was there anything specifically behind your color scheme, Cecily?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, there actually was. And besides yellow being like my favorite color ever in the whole wide world, I actually based my color scheme off of, I want to say it's like, I believe it's, what do you call it? There's the CMYK or CYMK like color scheme. And it's used a lot in like TV screens or like computer screens and things like that. And like my whole thing is that you know, I'm a dolly that got too much TV time and wanted to be a show host and was brought to life by a shooting star. So I kind of wanted to communicate that with my colors too, by having like the sort of the TV screen color scheme on my outfit. So yeah, that's the inspiration behind the colors.
Nice.
Yeah, that, and it's also like really close to like the primary color scheme, and I like the primary colors too of red, yellow, and blue.
Yep. Prime
Pink,
colors
yellow,
always
cyan.
grease.
And then my hair is green because Miss Edel from Princess Tutu, her hair was also green. I feel like some of the best. I feel like some of the best anime characters had green hair. So.
Oh, yep, I can attest to that as well. Like CC from Code Geass.
Yeah, actually, I do know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. It's very noticeable against the white. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what had me decide that my entire body was going to be white, but it just kind of worked out that way. So.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. I think it makes all the colors stand out better that way anyway.
Yep.
Like you said. Like you said, Geyer and Gibble.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
I think that probably might have been the only question, so I think we can go ahead and wrap up here then.
All right, awesome. Yeah, thank you again for having me, and it was super pleasant talking to you. I kind of like just these nice little chatting streams.
Yep, thank you. I had fun too. All right then, folks, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Special thanks to Cecily here for joining me today. It's been great talking and getting to know her.
Yes, it's been good talking and getting to know you. And I look forward to streaming with you more often. I know we stream a lot with Kaiju, right? It's like those big collab streams, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do those more. We gotta do them.
Oh yeah, it
and
sounds
then show
good.
me your Animal Crossing town soon.
Yep, sure. I'll be sure to do that too.
Yay!
Yep. All right then, folks. This is Terence signing off, and if you want to, you can check out Cecily as well. All her links are in the description below.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Yep. Mwah.
Ma.